Hey guys, welcome back to Becoming Soulful. If you want to have a wonderful journey of your life, it's not enough to read books. It's not just enough to see random YouTube videos. It's not just enough to um, get the advices from your home. When you really want to flourish in your professional world as well as in a personal space, it's always advisable to hire a mentor, a life coach who can guide you to stand out in the crowd. It's a very competitive world. And if you're not hiring mentors, then we are at risk. Today, I have a very interesting person, Mr. Rohit, who's a life coach, and we are going to talk to him and find out how our lives can be easy. And we are going to ask him some interesting questions to answer to all the women who are giving excuses when they want to pursue the passion. So I'm going to invite Rohit onto the camera. Hi, Rohit. Can you come on the camera, please?
Hi, Vimala. Thank you so much
Hi.
for.
Thank you so
Hi.
much for accepting my invitation.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm very excited to be on your channel and share whatever I've learned from my life and my experiences.
Me too. One curious question. Before that, kindly introduce yourself.
Okay. So I'm a life coach. I've been in business for more than 11 years. And in that business, I went through a lot of failures. And the initial reason I had joined that business was that I wanted to become a speaker, trainer, and a coach. And I wanted to find my voice because I did not have an easy life. I lost my parents very early in my life. And I started working in different jobs from the age of 10. Right from when I was in fifth standard, I started working in general stores. I used to deliver milk, and I did a lot of physical jobs because of the family situation, because there was no one to take care of us. After I lost my mother also when I was in fifth standard. So I learned life very early in my life. I got matured, and then I learned speaking English on my own. All my life, I studied from a Marathi medium school, so where the teachers also couldn't speak English. So I had to learn speaking English on my own. I joined a lot of spoken English classes, that too with my own earnings. Okay, the money that I had earned from different jobs. Then I worked in different call centers where I could improve my English, and one of the call centers sent me to Ireland also for 3 months based on my performance. And after I came back from there, like I was making a good salary, but I thought like this is not for me. I wanted to find my voice, share with people, become a trainer and a coach. Then I joined a direct selling business where I've worked for more than 11 years, where I could understand the psychology of people and how people, can actually take charge of their life, but they are not doing it. They are procrastinating and they are giving excuses, and they all the time have complaints. I worked with them for their personal transformation for 11 years, and which taught a lot of things about life to me. And I thought I can share this with with other people who can benefit from my life experiences, right? And at the same time, like I got my sister also married when I was 23 years old. I would go to different marriage bureaus and search for profiles for my sister. And I remember no one used to take me so seriously, because they used to tell me like, get someone elder to call us because you are just a kid.
How,
That was
how
like
old how old were you then?
21 and 22. Actually, in fact, I started doing that since the time I was 20, but it took me 3 years. Uh, when I got her married, I had just turned 23 that time, 24 in fact. So it took me 3 years from 21 to 24 of searching profiles and doing all that. Then I had to help another sister who's actually going through a divorce right now. So all my family's responsibility has been on me for a long, long time. And based on that, now I realized like I had read a lot of self-help books. Okay, very early in my life, I started reading books. I developed this passion for reading books, and I read Napoleon Hill a lot. He always talks about every difficulty, every failure, every heartbreak, every disappointment has an equivalent or a greater advantage. And I was just trying to figure out what could be the greatest advantage that I would have of all these years, failures, frustrations, disappointments, heartaches. And now I can, tell you the answer to that question is when I'm working with my clients for one-on-one coaching, sometimes the answers come from nowhere. I mean, I say things that I have not even thought of, which really transforms their life. And all I do is I just set an intention that today's session should be so beneficial that they can bring about transformation in their life. And so many things just come which I have not even read in any of the books or something, but that really helps them. And that is the thing that they need at that particular moment. So this is something that I believe has been a biggest advantage of going through this journey of my life.
Beautiful. Or you have converted all your adversities into lessons and you're sharing your
Yeah,
lesson. Beautiful
yeah.
story as well. And then now I got my answer. My curious question was, how old are you and how can you become a life coach? Was my question, and I got the answer now. So you are 24.
No, thank you so
32?
much, by the way. Uh, I'm 35 right now.
Wow. Okay. Good.
Actually, one of my biggest achievement is it's not a coincidence that I look much younger than my age is because I take care of myself every single day. Like if I want to be a life coach, I want to be an example of each and everything. So even if you ask me to compete with a 20-year-old boy right now, I will still be ready for it. I'm not saying that I'll beat him or something, but I am ready for it because uh, I take care of what I put inside my body. I meditate every single day. I eat good nutrition and I work out regularly. So 35 years old I am right now.
Wow, beautiful. You look so young and fit, very inspiring, look-wise even. My question to you is, what is that you have written at the back? I'm very curious. Rock bottom became the solid foundation upon which I rebuilt my life. That is nice. It sounds
Yeah,
so relevant to the story, what you said, but give me more info on that.
definitely. That's a very good question, in fact. And if you hadn't even asked me that question, I would still answer because that is that important. Like in 2018, after working for 9 years in my business, I was failing miserably. I had to sell my house, which I had bought on my own earnings. Okay. Our old house was being reconstructed, and I had paid myself through my call center salary. And due to the loss in business, I had to sell that house. And I went through such a time in 2017 and 18 where our creditors would call me all the time, to pay the credit card bills, and I was in debts. And someone who I thought I will marry, she was staying with me. She left and she said, I never had feelings for you. And at the same time, my sister was going through a lot of challenges in her marriage also. And my business was failing. I was totally bankrupt. And this girl, you know, who I thought is everything for me, she left and she got married to someone else. And that time I faced existential crisis. I felt like what I have nothing to look forward to now in my life. Why am I even having these ambitions, and who do I want to do it for? I don't even have my family. Uh, the other sister who I got married, she's busy in her own life, and the one that the elder sister is going through a divorce. So I had no reason to live. And that pain uh, really depressed me. I was depressed for 2 months, although I was not taking any medicines because I never believed in taking medicines. So I cannot be called clinically depressed, but I was totally depressed. I was not doing anything for 2 months. And after 2 months, I decided to take massive action. And in my direct selling business, you would not believe, in 1 year, I went to person because I did not have any money to advertise also. One by one, I would go to them and ask them if they want to lose weight, if they want to stay healthy. I can help them. And a lot of people would give terrible reactions. I cannot even tell you on this call. And that taught me a lot about people psychology. That 1 year, I must have spoken to more than 10,000 people one on one. And I still have, I can show you my phone book. I have 1,500 contacts in my phone. Out of 10,000 or 12,000 people who I spoke to, 1,500 gave me their phone numbers. And I've written with their name and the date when I met them. And that's how I got myself out of the situation. I could I could earn in that 1 year what I could not in the last 10 years also in business. So that pain that I had fueled me to massive action. I would not sit at home at all. I would be on the street all the time, 4 to 5 hours every single day on the street. And when I would come back, I would follow up. And one of the most toughest thing is cold calling and approaching people on the street. So that really tested me, and that is what made me, and that was my rock bottom. And that's why this is handwritten. Okay, personally, I have written it and then framed it myself.
Framed it. Wow, beautiful.
Yeah,
One question I got here is, many of us go to that rock bottom.
yeah,
What is that one thing that makes some people to bounce back and rebuild their life, and some people get into addictions or end their life?
yeah.
Can you say something about that?
Definitely, that's a very beautiful question. And recently, I was in one of my mentors' training program, and his name is Blair Singer. And Blair Singer gave a very beautiful example for this only. He says, "Do you know how diamonds are created? Before the diamond is created, it goes through the maximum amount of pressure. And during that pressure, not all diamonds survive. Some break also. Okay. And that pressure period is called perturbation period, right? And same thing with human life also, people also. Some people in that perturbation period, because there will come in a time in your life when you will be tested from all sides. Maybe your health will break down, or I hope it doesn't happen with people, but there will come a time where you will face financial difficulties or relationship crisis or something like that, and you will be tested to the core. Okay, so in that perturbation period, it totally depends on how you help yourself to survive through that period. And if you ask me the question like how I did it, I had two things. Number one, I knew that this is going to be over. This is not going to be forever. I am a Vipashi sadhak. Okay. I do Vipassana. So nothing is permanent is one of the foundational principle of Vipassana. That time I didn't know Vipassana, by the way, but I knew this principle that nothing is permanent. The time is going, this is going to pass. It is written in Joseph Murphy's Power of Subconscious Mind also. And the second thing is, you have to find one reason at least that you want to survive that period, and you have to have one reason to do good in life. And you just said that some people totally give up, they get addicted to something, or they do drugs, or they get drink alcohol, or they give up on life. Is mostly these are those people who did not have any reason to do good in life. So your reasons will save you in these periods. That's what I can say.
Beautiful. In fact, I want to add on to what you were saying. I strongly feel that the blessed are the people who have gone worst in their life, because they quickly find their purpose, and
Yeah.
they align it, and they connect the dots, and they are able to live a purpose driven life. So I
Yeah.
strongly feel if people go through adversities, they are the blessed one. And I'm in. Okay. So
In fact, I want to just add to what you said, because one of the reason I could survive that was because I had read Law of Success long time ago. This Law of Success book, Napoleon Hill, where he talks a lot about failure and why it is required. Because if you see, everything exists in duality in our life. Okay, the law of polarity says if you don't taste failure, or if you don't experience struggle, you would not know what success is, right? You see some kids who are born in rich family, they don't understand the importance of money, right? So many times we hear these stories. There was a guy in Rajasthan who had his BMW. He spoiled his BMW car just because, in anger, because his father did not give him Jaguar or something. So they don't know what is the importance of this because they've not earned it. So everything exists in duality, as you rightly said. So we will not understand the importance of success until we taste failure
True, very
and
true.
struggle. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you share any one interesting, without taking the name of a client, what you did with them and how you brought change in their life as a life coach?
Yeah, definitely. So one of my client, um, he had a lot of challenges in his business, and his relationships were also falling apart. And the problem was he knew everything. He had attended Tony Robbins' workshop,
Mhm.
UPW. He had done MMI, the Millionaire Mind Intensive by T. Harvaker. And after that, he attended so many success GAN trainings and all. And he happened to come to one of my webinars. And he said, I was not going to come because throughout the day I attended Success GAN training. And then he came to my webinar. And immediately after the webinar, before me offering anything, he said, I want to hire you as a life coach. Okay. So that was the time, like I had only one client then before him. Okay. So I started working with him. And the problem was he was reading books. He did a lot of personal development also before he got connected with me. And he read a lot of books. Plus, he was doing this 6 phase meditation by Mind Valley, Vishen Lakhiani. He was doing everything. So every single day in every session that I would work with him, I would tell him to observe, his beliefs, because he had a lot of negative beliefs, and they were in contradiction to what he wanted in life. So I really helped him eradicate those negative beliefs through some techniques in NLP, and also making him aware of the abundance that's available outside. And he, although had everything, okay, he had 20 years of experience in his business, a lot of 2,000 people's network who he knew because of the business, because he was a part of BNI also, business networking platform. So despite that, he was losing, like he was not making it in business. So I really had to work with him to make him aware of his negative beliefs, and that is what I helped him eradicate, which gave him the confidence that he can really build his business. And now he operates from a different perspective, that you know uh, there is a possibility for me to achieve something really really big in life. And of course there is one client from Singapore. She had a lot of challenges with her imagination. She used to imagine different characters, different which were not even actually there. And they used to tell her that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And later on, after working with her for 3 months, we found out that it was not these characters, they were not even real. It was her own insecurities and the sabotage that she had since her childhood. So I helped her eradicate that, and now she's totally aware of herself.
Beautiful. I always love the word called soul, and you're doing very soulfulling work, Coach Rohit. So, how does it impact in your life? Touching all these lives, how does it impact?
Yeah. What a beautiful question, because all these years when I was in my direct selling business, I would think that is my passion, but I never felt the satisfaction of what I was doing then. But the work that I'm doing right now, of course, the money is great, but more than the money that I'm earning is the satisfaction that my work is making a difference. Because after every session, I get a message from my client saying that what a wonderful session, thank you so much. No one would thank you so much even after paying so much of money, right? They would think like, I'm paying money, so they are doing their job. It's not that, in my case at least. They are sending me messages and a lot of testimonials. And I really feel that whatever I went through in my life, it was really worth, because if this is the result I'm going to get, I would not regret anything that I went through in my life. So it feels like fulfilled. I feel very fulfilled when I get their testimonials and feedbacks.
Beautiful. Well, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Rohit?
5 years, I've not thought of it, but 1 year from now, if you ask me in terms of money, I want to build a $1 million coaching business. But the main thing is, I want to have impact in at least 100 clients' life, one on one. And if you ask me the overall impact, I want to reach 1 million people in the next 5 years who will get benefited, or who will say or feel at least that our life is at least 1% better because of the work Rohit is doing.
Beautiful.
That's my
Beautiful.
vision.
Rohit, you know that I'm working with women, exclusively women. So I'm going to
Okay.
ask you a few questions which will directly answer if at all they have any questions. And I want to ask, and you have to answer swiftly.
Sure.
What is life about? And you fill in the blank. Life is like a dash.
Uh, Life is like a rising sun for me, because this is one of the best metaphors I heard from one of my mentors, and it resonated with me. And I've made this practice recently. Every single day, I try to look at the sunrise. I don't miss that moment. So life is like a rising sun. Every day, new opportunity.
Beautiful. What book do you recommend most often?
Okay. See, most often I recommend Think and Grow Rich, but it depends on what context you're looking for. There are different books in different contexts. So if you ask, like for women, I would recommend read Louise Hay's work. She's very, very powerful. She has a very powerful story. So if you're going through some trauma or something, you can read, you can heal your life.
Heal your body. Heal your body will give everything for
Heal
us.
Your Life is the main foundational book. And the second one I would recommend, which is not very popular, but that is very, very important for women also, that is 21 Days Mirror Work. Because a lot of women in India suffer from low self-esteem, because they've been made to believe that they cannot do things, or this is male dominated society. So they have to do the mirror work, 21 days mirror work, that is recommended. Very powerful book.
It's about you. Give us one life hack for
Okay.
what you practice so that we are addressing husbands also here, men
Sure.
also here. So, what is one life hack for all of us, women or men?
In fact, I have so many now. I don't know which one to choose. But if you ask me, like one life hack, especially for women, I would say being independent. Because if you are independent, then you have a lot of choices. Okay, you can choose what you want for yourself. Because here in this moment, I recall a quote said to one of the husbands by his wife, and that quote is like, she says, I am with you because I love you, not because I need you. Right? So she is with him because of her choice to stay with him. And for men, I would say, like, one life hack is, there are so many, but I would say, like, being aware of yourself. It is applied for women also. But self awareness is the most important thing, is what I believe. And there are so many things you can do to be self aware. You can meditate, you can do so many things.
One life hack as a husband, though you're not married, but still relationship.
Is, I would say, respect your wife, because I want to say to all the men that respect comes even before love. Because I've worked with a lot of men, they feel I love her, right? So I can treat her anyway. No, no, no. It comes even before love. So respect is more important in a relationship. And a lot of people talk about unconditional love. Well, that doesn't exist. There are certain conditions, there are certain things that you need to follow, especially in a relationship. You have to respect each other.
Beautiful. I feel when you start respecting, love is underlying. When I know to
Yeah,
respect your feelings, when I know to respect your space, when I know to respect your love language, then love is automatically in place. Beautiful.
absolutely. Respecting each other's values as well. What is important to them,
Yeah.
right? You just don't force what you want on them.
What do you wish every husband and wife knew before marriage?
Well, I would wish that they knew that they need to take care of themselves first. The thing is, what happens is this is in all kind of context, like in physical context also. A lot of people, because I work with people for their personal transformation, a lot of people give up on their appearance, their health. They abhi kya hai, abhi shadi ho gayi. That's the kind of approach people have. So the number one thing I wish that husband and wife knew that they have to take care of themselves even after their marriage also, to keep the attraction between each other. And for that, I have a wonderful quote that they need to say to each other, and that is, I will take care of me for you. Will you please take care of you for me? So
Okay.
that's what I believe they knew. Yeah.
Yeah. It is very relevant in Indian context where women think after marriage, I lost myself and I don't need to be me. Yeah.
Even men, many of my friends say like, abhi shadi ho gayi, what do I have? Like, why do I care? They don't like my friends who are my age. They look like uncle now by the age of 35 because they don't take care of themselves.
Yeah, true. What is the meaning of money?
In women's context or for a general?
General, in context, you can talk about you. What is the meaning of money for Rohit?
See, money is very, very important. Although it is money in itself is nothing, it's just a symbol of what you're doing in your life, what you're doing with your time. And a lot of people treat money as something that is not good, or people who are after money, they think they are greedy or something. But that's not true at all. Money is the symbol of what value you're bringing to the marketplace. If you're bringing value in people's life, you cannot help but earn money, right? So for me, money is like a symbol of the kind of work that you're putting out there and the value that you bring in people's life. It is the result of that.
For women?
For women, value of money is, I would say, being independent. It, it will allow them to be independent, as I said earlier also. And secondly, it will help them improve their self-esteem, the way they see themselves. Because when they are dependent, they cannot make their own choices. Because I work with a lot of ladies also for their personal transformation. They would say, I need to speak to my husband. Why would they need to speak to their husband if they were going to get healthier? Because they were not earning their own money, right? So that is not independence, and that's why they face low self-esteem issues as well. So for them, it means independence and low self, like high self-esteem. These two things is what money will give them.
Beautiful. Um, who are the people that inspire or challenge you to become a better version of yourself? I want to talk about any one woman who inspired you to become a better version of yourself.
Well, in a way, my elder sister, because she's been through a lot in her life. Because I've been through a lot, but her life has been worse. You know, she had to go through a lot of struggles earlier also in her life. She would not get a proper pen also to write because the uncle she was staying with used to really, make her life difficult. And even in her marriage, she faced a lot of challenges. She went through domestic violence. Her husband used to abuse her a lot. And right now, both of her kids are also not with her. So she's gone through a lot of difficulties that are insurmountable. I mean, someone cannot even uh, think of living in such a situation. So she inspires me in a way that I have to do something for her. In that way, and she's still working. She did not get much education also, and she's living in a very, very small house and fighting her battle. She doesn't even ask me for money. So that is something that really inspires me. So I've got this quote about this. Why she inspires me is because sometimes it's not what you achieve in life, but the difficulties and obstacles that you overcome. And that's what I feel about her. She's overcome a lot of challenges in her life.
Who are the women in your life you see living with courage? You already answered the question, but other than your sister, is there any public celebrity or any person who comes into your mind who inspires you?
A woman, you mean?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of women who are celebrities and who are like who've achieved something. But one of them is like uh, Katrina Kaif. Because the reason she inspires me is because I don't know how she got her entry in Bollywood. I don't know her entire story, but still she's very very down to earth, and I've never seen her like being egoistic or something. And she's always very very nice with everyone. So she really inspires me. And there is this one lady that I want to talk about. Um, she's a mountaineer, but she had artificial legs. Both of her legs were cut because she denied to give the thieves her jewelries. She was traveling by a train. I can't recall her name right now, but very, very powerful story she has. And she's become one of the most powerful mountaineers. She has climbed Himalaya as well.
Mm.
Very, very powerful. Yeah.
Mm. Wow. There must be some book on her.
I'll tell you her name.
We can share that in the description box once
Yeah,
you
we will
can.
share that once I
Yeah.
recall it, but very
Yeah.
powerful. When
Yeah.
she was traveling by train and she denied to give her jewelry to the
Indian? Is she
thieves.
an Indian woman?
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely is
Indian.
Indian. Yeah. Yeah.
She was thrown out of the train. And when she was thrown out, both of her legs got cut. And she was lying almost half dead for the entire night in the railway. It was not even a station. And she was lying unconscious there. And when she got up, she really decided that I want to do something that will inspire the world. And you can watch her video. It's on Joe's Talk or something. It's on
Yeah.
YouTube. I will tell her name as I recall her name.
Yeah.
Okay.
And such. So Rohit,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
at all,
her name is I could just recall her name is Arunima Sinha. So look
okay.
for Arunima Sinha. Very very powerful she is,
Mhm.
and listen to her story and her video.
We'll
She's
share the
one
link.
of the
We'll
most
share the
powerful.
link. I'll hunt and I'll share the link. It's very interesting to listen to very practical suggestions, and you are talking everything from your real life experiences. And I want to ask you, if I give you last 90 seconds, what is the one best practices for all of us in terms of our transformation and from a life coach point of view?
Yeah. See, there are a couple of things I can say, but if you just ask me one, I would say like probably you've mentioned that before also, but I would say that have a mentor in life because it is very, very important. A mentor will have a different perspective, a different vantage point of looking at your situation, and it would really, really help you to figure out things which you would take years to figure out on your own. So, if you just ask me one thing, then it would be having a mentor or a coach or someone who can guide you, someone who's been there or someone who's done that which you are trying to do. It has personally really helped me because I've had a lot of mentors in my life because you will not live long enough to figure out everything on your own, right?
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah.
that's why, yeah, that's why you want to learn something, everything in fact, from mentors can save you years.
Time, money, and experience.
Years,
We need not go through all the bitter experiences by ourselves, and
definitely, yeah.
we can efficiently do other roles. By the time you will start getting your mom role, dad role,
Yeah.
um, other roles which will impact others as well. So
Yeah.
beautifully said. Yeah. Anything else, Rohit?
Yeah, the last thing I wanted to say about mentor also, there was a person who had read 6,000 or 10,000 books. I don't remember the number. And after reading so many books, he just came up with one principle. He said there are hundreds of success principles. Everyone talks about different principles. He said the principle that he learned from out of reading so many books is learn from an expert. So if you want to learn anything in life, you want to learn from an expert in that area, and your life will be very, very easy.
Yeah, because book reading is fun. Book reading is fun, and if at all we can practice everything, whatever said in at least one book,
Yeah.
then we'll be fine. The problem here is while reading, we are motivated. Then while we come out of that book, we don't do it. So mentors will always guide us, handhold us till we achieve like a coach in a sport. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Rohit. It was awesome, very inspiring. You look so young, but you do so much of work. Convey my regards to both your sisters. They are so lucky to have you. And my best wishes. And see you. I will be watching you after 1 year. My audience will be watching you after 5 years. And please share
Yeah.
all your details. We will share it in the description box. And if at all they want to connect with you, they can. Thank you so much.
So much for this opportunity to talk to your audience and you. So I hope it helps them, and I'd like to see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Yeah. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. So that is Rohit. Coach Rohit is a life coach. He's an NLP practitioner, and he has gone through a lot in his own life, and that's why he's able to confidently coach, guide people through their life transformation. So the one point I want to keep reiterating here as well is, if you really want to professionally grow, if you want to have financial independence, if you really want to have your identity in place and build your brand, the best thing is to hire a mentor, read a lot of books, and make sure that you uh, identify who you are and finish your purpose, upskill yourself, and live a very happy life. So I'll come back again with another interesting person next Tuesday. Um, Believe in yourself, begin the action, and bloom with grace. I'm Vimala Rane signing off. Bye for now.